What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. I am Chad Lander. So happy to have you back along with us. This is episode number 2, and we're having a lot of fun continuing on the show. If you are enjoying watching it, listening to it, wherever you can, check us out on social media. We'll have it all over Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It lives on our YouTube page and in podcast form, wherever you can get your popular podcast apps. So excited for you to just keep hearing these conversations that we're having with coaches, athletes, anybody making any kind of headlines here in Lancaster County. And this time, I am catching up with Ephrata football head coach Kris Miller after their big win against Warwick in the George Male Trophy game in 2022. Just such a huge win for that program, for the whole community. You could sense it when the game was over. And so we thought, let's have him on the show. Let's have him on the program. Let's pick his brain. What was it like going through all of that, experiencing it, a win in that rivalry for the first time in his Ephrata career? And that's what we're going to get into. So hope you enjoy that and hope you're going to stick around for many more conversations to come on Let's Talk. And here we go. We're chatting with head coach of Ephrata football, Kris Miller. We are on the heels of a ginormous win for the program, for Coach Miller, for the guys over there. We had it on the channel. Ephrata football beats Warwick football 29-21, and they snapped the 15-game losing streak. A lot going on there. A lot of just stuff I want to walk through with Coach. But first, just welcome on. Thanks for coming on to chat with us. I'm really excited about this. How are you feeling right now after all of this?
Well, first off, thanks for having me on. I appreciate having a chance to chat sports with you. But no, it's been – the weekend was kind of a whirlwind from Friday when the clock struck 0 till probably about Monday when we went back out to practice. You know, it was just a lot of text from alumni, congratulations, getting to see the kids Saturday morning and, you know, have time with the trophy and just enjoying that. And then coming into school on Tuesday because it was a weird 4-day weekend with the Labor Day holiday in there. So it was just weird. It was kind of nice to get back to practice Tuesday, get ready for Lebanon, start prepping. But we certainly enjoyed the moment as a team for as long as we could before we had to start preparing for the next opponent.
So what was it like in the fourth quarter? You guys had kind of gone up and you were driving down the field. You knew if you could just hang on to the ball, you were going to win and finally snap the streak. Was it really tense? Were you confident? How do you feel after knowing that you're on the precipice of snapping this 15-game losing streak and you just have to hang on to the ball for just a little bit longer?
Yeah, actually, it was kind of weird. I was probably the most relaxed in that second half that I've been in really any game. I don't know. I just believed in our kids. I believed what we were doing. I thought we had enough in the tank that we were be able to finish it. And then, you know, as you go through the third quarter, we get stop after stop on defense. And offense is just kind of getting momentum and chewing up some clock. And then, you know, we get to a point, we make it, you know, we score. And I was kind of glad we blocked that punt. Because after they blocked the extra point in the first half, it was like, all right, if we score in the third quarter, we're kicking the extra point. Like, well, we didn't score in the third quarter. I was like, okay, now, you know, we gotta think about going for 2 the next time we score to make up for that extra point. You know, when is it too early to go for 2? And then Braden Brown blocks that extra point, blocks the punt to get the safety, and then we go down and score and took the decision process out of it. We kicked the extra point, went up 22-21. Like, okay, we're in a good spot. We got the lead. Keep going. Stay on it. Just I was working the sidelines, trying to keep the kids pumped up, keep the kids focused. Angel Colazo with that huge interception that he had, and then 3 plays later, the 92-yard touchdown to go up 29-22. And then the fourth down stops that we had late in the stretch, and then just seeing our offense. I think we were 3 for 3 in the game on fourth down, and most of those were like 2 of those were on that last drive. And you know, we're like, all right, do we want to kick the field goal here, or do we put the ball in the hands of our offense? And it was just, you know, there's too many things bad that can happen when you kick a field goal. In that situation, we trusted our defense, so even if they stopped us short, we felt confident that we were going to see the stop. But we found a way to finish the on offense with the ball, and the clock struck 0. So it all worked out the way we drew it up.
Well, when you describe it like that, you have to realize so many things went right for you, you know, including that second half where you held Warwick scoreless, which is a feat in and of itself. We know how good their offense can be, especially over the years. And it just all fell so well for you. And then you obviously earned that moment, the trophy, all of that back for the Warwick program. What was it like when the clock hit, the buzzer sounded, you guys are running all over the place. Eventually you get to the trophy. We all saw that moment. Over 10,000 people on social media have seen that moment. Describe that relief to us.
Well, I think the first thing I didn't realize how heavy the trophy was when Mr.
Well, you haven't held it,
Right. When Mr. Mail handed it over, I was like, man, this thing's heavy. I was like, don't drop it. The first thing was don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. And then, right after, as the clock struck 0, Coach Frank jumped in my arms. We hugged a little bit. I next see Seth Heinze, you're coming over, gives me a hug. Coach, I need your headset. I'm like, all right. And then next thing I know, Freeman is dumping the water on me. And it's just the shower and the bathroom. Like, all right, let's shake hands. Let's go get the trophy, celebrate with our fans, do the alma mater. There's just so many different things happening in that short time frame. It was all a blur. It was thankfully my mom and my wife got some pictures of those moments because so much stuff happened there that I totally forgot. But like I said, the thing that sticks out the most is how heavy the trophy was when I first got it. And then it was neat seeing the kids afterwards, after I got done talking to them, we broke it out. Just seeing the students and the kids just hang out on the field and want to enjoy that moment for as long as they possibly could. It was certainly something I'm not going to forget anytime soon.
Yeah, we have just pictures and videos of just the excitement level was just erupting all over the field with you guys, with the fans, players, all of that. It was fantastic. And obviously it's because of that 15 years. I mean, those 15 years, those 15 games, that is a long time to keep losing to a program, to a team across just the county, just on the other side. And I know you haven't been there all 15 years. You've been there. This is your 7th. So you would have been there for 6 of those. But is there a way to describe to people like us that aren't in the community kind of how difficult that may have been for Ephrata and why they celebrated so much?
Yeah, I think, a lot of it was validation for all the stuff that we've been doing, because when I got here in 2016, the gap between the two programs was so significant. I think there was a stretch there. We didn't score against them the first 2 or 3 years. So it was really a one-sided rivalry. And, for the first so many years, we were playing this game up that, we want to win the mail, win the mail, win the mail. And actually, in all honesty, this year, we downplayed this as a rivalry game more than we ever have. And we just tried to treat it as business as usual, take care of business, and just be a better version of ourselves. But, as much as I say that, the kids knew that that's what they wanted. And this was actually probably since they lost the A-team championship when they were, whatever that was. It was the same kids that played in the A-team championship for Warwick versus Ephrata. Warwick got the better of them. And they kind of remember that. And that was the thing, like, we want to get these kids back. We want to get this. We want to get this. But the whole process, it culminated on Friday night for us. But it's really a 7-year process of finally getting to that point. And those first couple years, like, okay, how do we close the gap? Where are they better than us at? They're more physical than us. They have better skill guys. They have across the board, and identifying those areas that we need to get to and trying to address those as we got through the process, understand that it wasn't going to happen overnight and we weren't going to just get there and get the trophy. So it actually, I think, started in 2020, the COVID year, when we scrimmaged them, and we realized that we were closing the gap, and we played that scrimmage close. I know you don't keep scoring a scrimmage, but physically we thought we were getting there. And then last year with the score, it was 42-14, but we felt that game was a lot closer than what the score was had it not been for turnovers. And then it was like, okay, we're here. Now we need one big offseason, a normal cycle of lifting, a normal cycle of training, a normal cycle of 7-on-7s. Let's have a normal summer and see if we can get there. And what you saw at the end of that was just the culmination of all the hard work. And, the kids that were on the team this year get all the credit and a lot of credit for it, and they deserve that. But those kids that played in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, those kids were all part of that night and the process to get us there and close that gap and believe in what we're doing. So I think that the excitement you saw was just a program-wide, from the alumni to the midget program to everybody chipped in some way, some fashion to make that night possible.
Yeah, it seems like everybody had a stake in it. They all had, a hand in it, both past and present. And that's a really cool thing. That's when a community really is close together. So that's why I feel it was so nice to see. And
Right.
I know Warwick is stinging because you never want to be the team that loses the 15-year winning streak, but sometimes that's got to happen, and we'll see what happens in the future. For you guys, you had this really interesting way of treating it as breaking it up into 4 games. You were talking about the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Halftime pretty evenly matched. And then that third quarter, you get the safety, and then the fourth quarter you outscore them 14-0. So that second half, you've got to be so happy with the way your kids responded. And it wasn't just Andre either. That's the thing. Like, Andre had the 2 touchdowns in the first half, kept you in it. He was cramping in that second half, so you had to rely on some other guys. Were you aware of all of that going on?
Yeah, and I like how you said that it was 4 separate games. That's what we told the kids when we went through our walkthrough Friday, because for the past couple of years, the first quarter has gotten away from us, and we put ourselves in such a hole that we weren't going to be able to catch back up. So this year, our approach was, all right, let's focus on this 12-minute game. And whatever happens to that, move on. And we thought if we could get to halftime within striking distance, we were going to have a shot. And everything panned out. And what was neat about the win was that, like you said, it wasn't Andre. Angel stepped up, made some big plays. Evan Boley had 2 big catches down the stretch. We lost Quentin Pouts on Wednesday night, the last play of practice. Josh Musser steps up and fills in and does everything he can to hold that position down, because Quentin was a big focal part of our game plan and what we were looking for. Mm-hmm. So from top to bottom, everybody played above what they usually play. I mean, Sam McCracken, the improvement he made from week 1 to week 2, and how he's able to throw the ball around it and make the short throws, and seeing kids step up after kids step up. And Brendan Frymore and MacGyver Balmer had 2 great games at our guard spots after struggling week 1. So it was neat to see the improvement from week 1 to week 2 and how it was truly a team win. Our pick, obviously Andre made a whole bunch of big plays. The 4th down catch he had on the little wheel route out of the backfield. But Braden Brown coming in when Andre was cramping up and moving the sticks and keeping the ball moving, that's when things are going your way. Is when you have kids that aren't supposed to be the man stepping up and making big-time plays in a big-time game.
Yeah, and that's why it does have a different feel, because you actually have the guys and the depth now to do that to teams, where in the past, if somebody were to get hurt, it would be over. And now, Andre is by far not only one of your best players, but one of the best players in the league. And he was clearly effective and then cramping, and then he could come in and do some more and then cramping. And for you to get contribution, the block punt from Brown was huge. And then the interception from Collazo, and then the 92 yards. What was that? I mean, it obviously wasn't designed to go 92 yards, but.
Yeah, so it was 3rd and long, and we thought we need to get some space to punt the ball. That we couldn't punt it from that far back and risk getting a block punt. And we had a couple of missed punts and short punts early in the game that we knew whatever, it was 3rd and something out here, was if we can get half of that yardage back and make it 4th and shorter and give our more room to work on the punt. And we threw a little screen pass out to Angel, and I forget what 2 guys. We had 2 phenomenal blocks on the perimeter from the 2 of the receivers who were out there, and Angel just split those 2 guys and took off. And the whole time, I don't know if you could see it, I was running down the sideline with him, I think stride for stride, and the whole time I was like, hold on to the ball, hold on to the ball. I just saw someone, don't get caught, hold on to the ball, hold on to the ball. And like once he hit the 50, it was just he picked up ground and he found another gear. And 92-yard sprint, I think that's the longest reception in school history, according to our statistician. And it was a 4-yard pass that he caught and ran and made a play. That was impressive.
Yeah, well, those are the things.
They could have happened to a better kid.
Yeah, you've spoken glowingly. I heard the post-game thing about him, and honestly, he wasn't a guy really on our radar as somebody that was going to make an impact. And for him to take a 4-yard pass, literally just trying to get the 4th down, and he takes it 92 yards, breaks a school record and gives you the padding in that game to be comfortable now. That it's just an amazing moment in that game. And hopefully, you guys can use that to propel your season.
For sure. And he's one of those kids that's just lacked confidence. And he bought into what we did this offseason. He was at every weight room session, at every running session, did everything we asked. And for him to step up in that moment, he had a huge touchdown against Redline the week before, but nothing compares to what he did on Friday night. And you can just see it this week. He's getting more confidence in what he's doing, and he's not afraid to go up and try to make a play because now he believes he can actually make the play.
What year is he?
He's a junior.
Okay.
So he's a great kid, works hard. Like nothing's ever good enough for him. He always wants to do better, always wants to be coached. It's a lot of fun seeing him grow so far this year.
So how do you guys handle this? I mean, it's just a huge moment in their lives and their careers, but now you got to get back to football. You've got more weeks and you've got to find a way to not throw the season away after the biggest win of the year so far and of the last 10 years. How do you handle that?
Yeah. And usually we have like 11 o'clock rule on Saturday morning. Whatever happens, 11 o'clock the next day, we're moving on. And I know you saw on the post-game speech, I said, I'll let you enjoy it till 10 o'clock on Monday morning since we have a long weekend. But, Lebanon's a tough team to play. Every time we play them, we've only won 2 of the last 6 games against them. They always play us tough, despite what the record is. Last year, they struggled. We went up there and played. They had 400 yards of offense. The quarterback had 325. So despite what their record is, they're a very good football team, and it's their home opener, and they play us tough. And we got to be able to – we've talked about that week, that this game is big. And every game from here on out is going to be a playoff game for us. If we want to reach our goals, we got to take care of our business and focus and be 1-0 this week. And, our motto is always win all day on the field, in the classroom, in the community. And it's about focusing on this individual day and be a better version of ourselves. And there's been some hiccups this week, but it's been pretty focused on the next task at hand. And I think by the time we get to tomorrow and the time we board the bus Friday, the kids understand that, hey, this is our next opponent, and this is a big one. And they've kind of owned this stretch here the past 6 years. So this has got to be our 100% focus and make sure that we go up there and take care of business and come back with a win.
Yeah, you have to do that. And then you got to get into this Section 3 schedule, which we felt it was wide open. And then teams like Solanco and Garden Spot have really shown that they mean business. And obviously you guys are trying to be in contention to win the title too. So you've got a stretch here the next 4 games where this really could make or break your season.
Yeah, and I think I was reading on I think Jeff Reinhardt's one post that 3 of the top 5 offenses in the league right now call Section 3 home. So between Garden Spot, Elizabethtown, Solanco, Daniel Boone's, I think the quarterback got banged up early, but I think he's coming back and going to be playing Twin Valley, Fleetwood. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a dogfight. And, Lebanon is the most important game right now.
Right.
And then Solanco is going to become the most important game. And it's going to be that way the rest of the season. Whoever the next man up, that's going to be the next important game because there is going to be no room for error. And if you fall behind early, you have to hope that you get some help. Yeah. You want to control your destiny for as long as you possibly can. But our number one objective right now is let's find a way to get to 2-1 through the non-league games. And I think if you would have told me we're going to be 2-1 through 3 weeks, I think I would have been pretty happy with that, with the non-league slate that we're playing here. Certainly 3 quality opponents. I think it's probably might have been the toughest non-league slate we've played here in the past couple of years. And I hope that's going to put us in the best spot to be successful for section play.
We hope so too. We hope you guys keep it rolling. What a big win for you guys, and really just happy for you guys as a program that it's come a long way. You know that we have been here to chronicle it all the years, and very happy it's going in the right direction. We have you back on week 6 against Garden Spot. I know that's a game last year that you'd love to get a little payback for. So looking forward to that as well. But hey, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Jed. Take care.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, everyone, that wraps up another episode of Let's Talk here, and hope you enjoyed that. Always enjoy catching up with Coach Miller. He's been with the program now in his 7th year. Finally gets that win against Warwick. I know it's been a long losing streak for Ephrata in that regard in the George Mill Trophy rivalry, but they get it. The trophy's back in Ephrata. They said they're never giving it back. I'm sure Warwick will have something to say about that as well. If you're enjoying Let's Talk, keep going with us here. We're going to just keep this thing rolling, finding so many more people to have conversations with, to chat with, to talk with, and find out their stories and get the behind-the-scenes stories on what was going on during these really cool moments during the season. So that'll be in episode 3. We'll see what's coming up. Episode 2 is in the books. Coach Miller from Ephrata Football. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube, you're leaving a like and you're subscribing to the Blue Ridge 11 sports page on YouTube. You can also find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll have it posted there for you as well. We're also, if you just want to listen on podcasts, go ahead and find us there. We've been on Spotify for a little bit. You can find us there as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we will catch you for another episode of Let's Talk here at Blue Ridge 11 headquarters. I'm Chad Landers. We'll catch you next time.